Norris. And in 32, Parish Levi. Their coach, Shane Hill, the Sharks. And now, introducing the North Bears. In number 4, Alessandra Burke. Number 5, Eliza Jane Loader. Number 6, Kate Seaborn. Number 8, Rebecca Dellinger. In 9, Rachel Higginson. In 11, Gina Valos. Number 12, Eleni Valos. In 14, Kendra Asleason. Number 15, Sarah Schicker. Number 24, Chloe Bloom. In 30, Kate Goulding. And in 45, Tristan Black. Their coach, Tom Garleb, the Bears. And now the warm-ups will continue.
You know I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step, another day, another breath, Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a peace of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride. And no straight, I'm on my way, get up my way. I'm running late, what can I say? I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, judging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring. I got 20,000 deep off in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head. Whoa.
I feel glorious, got a chance to start again. I was born for this, it's who I am, I couldn't forget. I made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, I feel glorious.
I'm feeling glorious. The crib looking victorious. Oh yes it is. You know that we've been going it. Since we hopped out that DeLorean. Yeah we went on guard. Things are just things. They don't make you who you are. Can't pack up all you haul and take it with you when you're gone. We posted on the porch, my family's glasses to the stars. My grandma smiling down on me like, whoop, that boy got.
Welcome back to the Hive. My name is Ken Kramer. Alongside me is Susie Walmsley. We're taking you through all the action between the North Bears and Sutherland Sharks in the Championship Women's Grand Finale. Well, the biggest talking point out of this game is Renee Garlop will not be playing for Norths after injuring her knee. We're yet to know the full outcome of what's actually happened to her, but she's on crutches. She will not be taking part in this game, which leads me to the other point. Shyla Hill, 35 points yesterday for Sutherland. Under 17 Australian superstar. Susie, what on earth do Norths do in a game like today?
They've just got to find a way to stop their shooters, really. As we saw yesterday, Shyla and Chelsea Schweers combined for 70 points between them, which is phenomenal. Most teams usually kind of get to 70 points. So for Norths to have a chance of winning this one, they're really going to need to lock down. With Norths, they do have the guards to be able to kind of have a crack at doing that. They've got Seaborn and Loader, who are really strong defenders, and they'll look to really put the pressure on.
Yeah, as you said, there are a number of guards in this Norths team who can turn things on its head for for themselves and for Sutherland. So it's kind of good to see that they're capable of doing it. Tommy Gallup's a good coach, but 35 points between two players. It seems so simple that all you have to do is really just put a few players on each of them and you should be able to win the game, but it's probably not that easy.
No, absolutely not. And they can find ways to score if you're kind of closing them out and running them off the three-point line. They don't have a bad one dribble pull-up jump shot. So I think with them you're really just going to have to pick your poison and hope for the best.
And go from there. So we've got the starting fives. Let's go through the lineup. Susie, run us through the North Spares team.
So for Norths, we've got number 5, Eliza Jane Loader, number 6, Kate Seabom, and coming in for Renee Garlett, we've got Eleni Valos at number 12, Kendra Asleson at number 14, and Sarah Sheikha at number 15.
And for Sutherland, who's our starting five for them?
So we've got both of the heels. We've got Shyla Heel and Ashley Heel. We've got Chelsea Schweers, and then the two young posts, Hannah Clinton and Maddie Norris.
So it's exciting. We're underway. Championship Women's Grand Finale. We've got the men's following this one. So we'll take you through all the action as Loader gets us started for the North Spares. They're quite undecided, Sutherland, considering how big Norths are, as Valos gets us started with a 3-point. What a way to start proceedings.
Oh, great way to start. I mean, come on. She came off the bench yesterday, Valos, and made a big impact. So it's great to see her get off this. Got to a good start early.
Well, the simple things like that by Hill gets blocked. Get out of here, says the North Spares, and they got a height advantage. Seabum, back-to-back three-pointers as the North's faithful are going absolutely berserk. 2 threes. I mean, what a start. Tom Garlick has got them primed for this.
Yeah, good way to start. Get a bit of momentum early, and they look like they had a lot of confidence coming into the game, so great way to start. But I can imagine Sutherland will come back hard at them, and we see Norris there with a quick 2 to take the score to 6-2 with Norths leading.
Well, she's the captain of Sutherland. She's young, we know that. She made a big difference to this Sutherland team throughout the year, and I think we're in for a hell of a game. Valos for another 3. Just misses it.
And Schweers with a smart play there off the leg of Loader, and it'll be a Sutherland baseline throw-in.
So the early stage of this game, what have you noticed? What's the first thing that stands out to you? As Valos steals the ball, goes all the way to score.
Norths are playing, yeah, they are. They're playing with a lot of intensity here. So I think that's, one thing that we mentioned early on. They really have to apply this defensive pressure if they're going to win, and they're doing that early.
Well, it's working a treat, and Charlie Hill has done nothing yet, but I don't want to put the commentator's curse on anyone yet.
No.
As Norris fade away, great block by Norths, and off they go through Loader. Stacking it early.
Mismatch inside, but Schweers gets her hands in there and gets that turnover.
Which is great. So Shane Hill, the Sharks coach. Everyone knows what he's capable of doing. He's a coach and a player. Charlotte pull it up for 3, goes short. Great rebound by Sheikha. And off goes Seabum.
They'll really look to exploit that mismatch early. We saw Asleson, the last 2 possessions came down with Shyla Heel on her, so posting up, and Sutherland will call the first time out early.
Which is crazy to see. So Shane's obviously not happy with what he's seeing on the court at the moment, and haven't been able to get any sort of fluidity in this game. So what would you change up if you were the coach?
Well, at the moment, they just need to play with a little bit more intensity. Norths are coming out there and getting on every loose ball and kind of getting the 1%ers, so they're just going to have to play with a little bit more intensity and match that, and I have no doubt they'll come out here and start putting up a few more threes and get themselves back into the game.
Well, Valos has been really impressive. She's had to step up in the absence of Renee Garleb, and when that happens that evening, or this morning I should say, when you're talking about what sort of tactics you need to do to beat a team like Sutherland, who was so effective yesterday, whatever they were doing worked. I mean,
exactly.
It's big for her mindset, but what sort of things need to change?
For Norths? Yeah, so for Norths, especially when an amazing player like Renee goes down, I think everyone just, steps up. So I feel like Norths are kind of doing that. They're all banding together and playing together quite well.
It's working a treat. So So it helps North to get a timeout. I mean, it ruins their momentum a little bit, which isn't always what you'd like to see, but I guess they can talk things through a little bit more.
Exactly, and Tommy will have a few good things to say to them, I'm sure, out of that timeout.
He's knowledgeable. He's been in the game for quite some time. NBL played for many, many years.
He has 11 plus seasons, lastly with the Kings, and one of the Kings, you know, most capped player. So, yeah, definitely has a lot of experience.
It's amazing to see. 5 seconds off the inbound play. They couldn't get off in time. Garlop is not happy. Shamri pretty happy about its defensive transition on that play, because whatever he said at timeout seemed to work perfectly.
It did. We saw them come out with a lot of pressure. North still putting on the pressure on their end. Schweiz will take it to the rack strong, and Sheikha with another block there. C-Bomb comes up with it and look to push in transition, which Norths do really well.
Well, the hardest part about that for Sutherland is that they're taking it against a bigger body, and it's not easy.
They are, and Asselson goes up there, misses, but she's quite crafty under the basket, so they'll keep looking to go into her, and she's got a bit of size on the young Hannah Clinton.
Well, they're switching on the high pick and rolls to try and stop anything from Shyla Hill. But again, she just shows that at her age, what she's capable of doing is a pretty scary prospect.
Absolutely, and if they are going to make that switch, the big's going to really have to show hard. Otherwise, it's not really going to work, because if Shyla sees a little bit of space, she gets it off pretty quick. So she'll be able to do what we just saw and knock down that jump shot. Well,
she did go to the IS. She's now signed a contract with Perth Lynx, actually in the WNBL, so she'll be there during the summer. You might catch more of her. She's been working hard with Shane, her dad, so it's not a bad person to work under, especially if you're a point guard. No, one of the best, I dare say. Growing up, he was always good to watch. Sheik underneath finds Valos, looks stuck, and a foul by Ashley Hill, and that is a coach killer. Oh, it is. There were 2 seconds to go with on the shot clock, and you really don't want to see that foul there. No, I mean, it's simple as moving your feet early, but she got there a little bit too late. We've got 14 seconds on the shot clock. Of course, the foul with 2 seconds to go, as Valos will just pull up, confident and all. But Asselson with a strong rebound. And a foul there on Clinton. What happens to see someone just the offensive boards? I mean, this whole weekend we've seen some desperation stuff in most of the games, and that rebound there just shows what North's able to do in this sort of matchup. Yeah, you're right. Both teams yesterday out-rebounded their oppositions, and I think that was a big key for both of them winning. So that will be a key statistic to see which team can, out-rebound the other. And Eleni Valos just off there on the three, and Clinton pulls down another board. The board. So it's been 4 minutes. We've hardly seen anything of Chelsea Schweiz, but we may see something of Maddie Norris from the top of the three-point line. And she likes that shot. She loves it. The trail three. Saw her try for a few yesterday, and knocks that down. Yeah, she makes a fair few of them. She's quite comfortable from there, and that's a certain play that Shane likes to do for his team. And we see Sutherland pick up the defensive intensity there and force another turnover. So they've really come out firing from this timeout, and Norths will have made their first sub with Sheikha coming off and Tristan Black coming into the game. So it's a different lineup to what we've seen in past previous seasons. So new additions, of course, Shannon Seabomb's gone over to Newcastle, which is great for their women's program. It is great, yeah. And being from Newcastle yourself, I'm sure you know a bit more about that than the average person from Sydney. How much is he making a difference to it's great. He is great with developing the younger players. We saw him come back just from the World Championships, coaching the under-17s, coaching Shyla. He's done such a great job with the program. They got the gold in 2016 and then the bronze this year in 2018, which is fantastic. So he's really great for the development of a lot of the younger girls. It's great. It's great for the game. Great for the game of basketball. You've got someone as passionate as that. The Norse boys are walking in slowly. They've got a big game coming up against Newcastle. Austin Thornton, MVP of the league, will be playing against the North Bears as Christy Havada comes in. Callie Hovada, I should say, gets found and goes to the line for two more. And she was the type of player at North last season where she made a really big difference. So it's a big coup for Sutherland having her in the team. It is, and she hasn't had to have as much of a scoring role here with the likes of Schweiz and Heel, but she has
we saw in the game yesterday, she did quite play herself into the game, and her defensive intensity is quite high. So she did a few of the little things and pulled down some important rebounds, and so you get a first point there.
It was quite interesting to note that yesterday Sutherland, they almost found it too easy against Newcastle, even though two players got most of their points 70, but they scored 99 points in a game of basketball.
Hornsby.
Hornsby, sorry. Yeah, Hornsby. And it was outstanding to watch, but again, how was it that easy for them? Because Newcastle, you know, they've had some big wins throughout the year and they're quite content defensively.
Yeah, so Hornsby and Sutherland, both teams with, you know, great scoring potential, as we saw. Very high scoring game. I think it's important for North, as we said, to, you know, continue to apply that defensive pressure, and they've stifled Sutherland a little bit here. And I assume the game will be a little bit lower scoring with the increased defensive intensity on both ends.
That's right, as Asselson will go to the line, take some free throws. Because Hornsby, with their strike power yesterday, I mean, it was just, you got Sarah Graham, you've played with for a number of years,
yep.
and got Alicia Poto as well, and a lot of the young girls.
Exactly.
And they made them look like they did nothing the whole season.
Yeah, and girls with 10 plus years of WNBL experience in Poto and Graham. But yeah, the youth and I guess vitality in this Sutherland group, they pushed the transition and shot so well that Hornsby just couldn't compete in the end.
This division have someone like Shyla dominate the way she has been at such a young age as well, because it's quite a physical league, as we know. So, I mean, just how far can she go in her development and basketball as a whole?
Oh, yeah, I mean, sky's the limit, and Australia have had a great program for a number of years, so I can see her fitting in there in a few years.
That's exactly right. Sutherland 10 points to 9. North's lead them. They started off slow, Sutherland, but that early timeout seems to have helped them just a little bit more. Great D. Hand in the passing lane by Sebum. She'll go all the way. Great block by Hovita. And the ball will go out. But again, these careless passes by Sutherland, there's been a bit too many of them.
There has been a few turnovers early from both sides. North's with 5 turnovers. And Sutherland with 3 at the moment, 4. Both of these teams had less than 10 for the full game yesterday. So this defensive intensity is rattling a few of them.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable to see as Shyla splits the screen, scores the basket. I mean, that's just bread and butter for her, really.
It is, yeah. She takes it to the basket very well.
She's strong. We've got more subs coming on. Sheikah is coming on the court. We'll see if she takes off slowly. Aslinson. Oh, almost a spectacular.
Good strong take there from Asselson, and that's what you want to see. Your players really driving hard to the rack, trying to draw those fouls. So we'll see Asselson go to the line early.
It's fantastic. And the referees in charge of this game is Richard Bye, Joseph Kelly and Joshua Knight, championship women. They deserve to be there after a great season at the helm for a lot of the matches.
Asselson makes the first there.
It's great. And you know, without Renee Garlip, a lot of fans might think, well, this game probably would go to Sutherland, but Norths have come out and they've stamped their authority early.
They have,
which is what they needed to do.
Exactly, and they take a 12-11 lead with 3 minutes 50 left in this first quarter.
Which is great. So one more game to play after this, the championship men's game. Who will be the kings of the court? We've got the queens of the court at the moment. The top of the crop. We go Shyla going to work one-on-one with Sheikah. Great D by her. Here comes Schwiz. That pull-up's deadly usually. Not to be. In comes Norris.
Norris with a great offensive rebound there. Yesterday, the young posts, Maddie Norris and Clinton, combined for 29 rebounds between them. Didn't score as much in the game, didn't really need to with Schwiz and Heel, but yeah, were really great pulling down the boards for them.
It's outstanding. It's 29 rebounds apiece.
Oh, between them, yeah.
Between them. And Shyla just pulls it up for another switch 3, and it looks effortless as well. She is on her way to a big, big finish in this game. I know it's early days, but she's got already, I think, 6 to 8 points as it is.
Yes.
It's huge. Sheikah with the reverse layup. Silky smooth effort from her. Schweers now looking for the early movement. They're just switching everything they can. Just tough. C-bum on her.
Yeah, Seabom, Defensive Player of the Year. So, I mean, a great matchup there with the Defensive Player of the Year and one of the young guns of the competition.
Which is great. We're in for a massive game. Stay with us. We'll take you through everything you need to know. Also, you can catch both games, the championship men as well, on the the Spalding Waratah League Facebook page. Turnover, here comes Schweers with a pull-up for 3. Goes short. What a brilliant clean-up by the number 17 in Madeline Wilson, who we haven't seen a lot of this year, but I mean, that's just desperation, knowing that it is grand final time.
Valos comes on there for Loader. So Norths will look to go a bit bigger here, try and get a few more rebounds.
We'll tell their rebounding's been pretty good so far. It's been fast-paced action.
It has two teams who really like to push the ball and play a good transition game.
Yeah, they really do enjoy it. And that's the style they love. Going pretty good. Here comes Black. We'll find Valos. A lot of options. They need to find someone quick. Foul with 8 seconds on the clock. Again, when the shot clock's winding down, there's been a lack of discipline on Sutherland's end. There
has been, yeah. Both teams will be going into the bonus at this point on the next foul for the Bears. So, yeah, it's something that you don't really want to be doing in this kind of important game, sending people to the free throw line to get some easy buckets.
And that's the biggest thing at the moment for Norths. I mean, the fact they're getting some easy free throws will help their cause, and the fact that they're down doesn't seem exactly fair after the way they started the game, but that's basketball, and we've seen a number of upsets this weekend already, some close encounters.
Sutherland go to the horns action, which they've been running quite a bit, as Seabom gets another steal there. Very quick hands.
Here comes Valos.
Out to Seabom.
To the baseline. Seabom above the hoop. Can't quite get there. Here comes Hoverter herself. They're quite a quick side, and that's one thing that might hurt Norths throughout the match. You know, fatigue starts setting in.
They are very quick, but Norths do have a couple of girls who really run back in defensive transition well, so they'll need to keep going to that, to stop Sutherland's fast breaks.
Now, it's one person not to look out for when Garlop's not playing, and Tommy's done a really good job trying to find a way, or Garlop I should say, trying to find a way to get some scorers going. And they started off well, but I can see this game going down to the wire.
Yeah, already very close as Hoverter takes the lead. The Sharks lead to 3 now.
19-16, it's huge. It's huge for them. Nice steal out by Black.
A great pass, pinpoint pass in there from Seabom. So she's really doing it all on both ends.
She is smooth finish. Yeah, I agree. Good to see. Shire looks for Schweers, who I don't believe has actually scored a point in this first quarter. So that's massive for them. Scarlett's fired up. Something's gone on.
Just a foul there on Norths on the rebound. We'll send Maddie Norris to the line now with both teams in the bonus.
A lot more off-ball fouls, which we're seeing as Norris hits the first, but for North, a lot of scorers for them at the moment. They're spacing it out a little bit. It's not just one player on the team that's doing all the damage. It's a whole bunch of players. As Norris hits the second. And Bears with 1:12 to go.
Oh, great find in there from Shika, and Black just...
They go to the line because they're in foul trouble, Norths. So Southern will go to the line to shoot 2, and What's amazing though, even though Schweiz hasn't got going yet, they're still in the lead by 3.
They are, and it's been quite a, as North's called the timeout, it's been quite a long first quarter.
It's been really long, and what's incredible about this game is that we have a minute to go, and it's that jam-packed. It's full of intensity. It's fast-paced, and we're loving what we're seeing at the moment here at the Hive.
Yeah, very entertaining first quarter, and still a minute to go.
Yeah, a minute to go, and it's that type of game. We're enjoying it, but Tommy scored a timeout to see if they can score a couple of baskets. It'll be 2-possession play, you would assume. For North, I believe, if they get the ball back, which they will, timeout. So it's tough, it's exciting, and Susie, I mean, you look at the Sutherland side and the talent they've got. North at the moment, they're down by 3, but it's been that hotly contested. It's just, no one's really stood out at the moment.
No, it's been very evenly spread on both sides. I mean, Heel has 7 points and Norris also with 7. But yeah, defensively, they're really locking in as a team. So yeah, both sides are going to need to continue to do that to take home this championship. Defence
has definitely been the key word in this game, because 21-18 is quite high scoring, but the amount of fast break opportunities both teams have had, they haven't had a chance to convert most of them.
Exactly, and I'd imagine in probably the second quarter, both teams will settle down a little bit and there'll be a few less turnovers, just that grand final jitters.
It's the jitters, which is true. You've been a part of many grand final teams before. Just in the lead up to the game, how do you feel? How do you keep composed? Is it the coach's job to get you in the correct mindset?
No, I think it starts from the morning when you wake up. I'm a big fan of going to the beach and having a swim, so I was lucky the last grand final I played in was in for Waratah League was in Terrigal, so we all just went down to the beach, had a swim, had a coffee, and
that's the way to do it.
Exactly, and Asleson with a strong drive to the basket there.
Yeah. Super impressive take by Asleson. It's that team play you want. As Shiloh goes to work on her, she's got a dancing feet on. Here comes Schweiz. Lockdown D, 4 seconds on the shot clock. What will she do?
It's great defense there from North. Really not giving Schweiz an inch as they push the fast break. Wide open for Seabomb.
Seabomb goes short, offensive rebound by Loader, and that's the sort of talk you'd expect. And the topic of discussion is how do we contain Schweiz, when she scored 35 points yesterday. And at the moment, I think she scored 0 points. We'll check that at quarter time, but defensively, they've just really worked on her, and that's the focal point. I mean, that's what you have to know what to do in a game like today. It's that concentration you need.
It is, and we see North's just a bit short on a few of their threes early on. I mean, it's tough to back it up after a big game yesterday. And the first quarter ends there. We've got Sutherland leading at 23-20.
Quarter time, 23, as you said, Susie, 23-20 Sharks over Norths, and Norths will be pretty happy considering there's no Gala, but defensively they've been great. Hands in the passing lane. They'd feel pretty good about their chances. Susie, take us through some of these stats to look out for in this quarter time break.
So we've got Shyla Heel and Maddie Norris, the two young ones, on 7 points each for Sutherland. And then for Norths, we've got Asleson on 6 points and Eleni Valos on 5.
Which is just great stats knowledge there. And, you know, Valos is on 5 and she started off quite hot. She needs to start playing some consistent basketball on for Renee. Obviously, Renee's injured, so that's something we need to see more from. And I'm sure we will. 5 points in 5 minutes isn't too bad at all. And Hill with 7. And, again, it almost looks effortless. You know, speaking to Tommy Gala before the game, he said the one thing we need to do is contain her. Once we do that, we should be okay. Considering she scored 35 points, he said, if we make it the hardest 50 points of her life and we still lose, I'll be pretty happy with that.
Exactly, so, and just try and get the ball out of her hands and out of Schweiz's hands as much as possible. You'd want to be denying and trying to, get it out of their hands so you can have the others try and beat you there.
Try and stop them, try to contain them. It's the moral of the story. And Shane Hill will be pretty happy. 3 points up. It's not like a Shane Hill team to be absolutely blown off the court.
No, absolutely not.
And we're set to continue soon. 30 seconds. North's already out there, so the conversation has already been settled. Coach Garlib, hands folded, and it's been a great day. We've had some jam-packed action from the morning to the afternoon. Central Coast Crusaders Youth Men Champions.
Hills Hornets Youth Women Champions.
That was a great game. They are stacked. They are a really good side. I don't know if you play with any of them as Siebel team or you've trained any of them for the Flames.
MVP Cherie Kalia had a blinder this morning with 27 points, I think. Yeah. So unbelievable.
I think she got 12 or so rebounds as well. So
great for a point guard.
Massive for a point guard. Yeah, she was remarkable this morning. So she was great. Taylor Cotty's had a good game as well. She's someone else to look out for. Young talent. So, look, there is. Karen Dalton was here checking out some of the players, as she normally does. So, it's good to see her out here in the morning. Schweers, the double screen. They're working well, North. Defensively, their communication's been top-notch. As Hill will pull up a three, it's amazing. I've been here all weekend. The amount of swish three-pointers just blows my mind. I don't think I've hit more than 3 in my entire life playing social basketball, but to see these girls hitting them like that is really good to see.
Loader looking in for Asselson there. He'll get fouled on the baseline. So number 32, Parish Levi, has just come on. Quick foul early.
And Shane's gone to his bench really early, as you said, which isn't part of his structure usually. Usually he likes to play with the same 5 more often than not. But in this game, we're seeing something different as Sheikha now drives hard on Norris. Can't quite get the shot. Asselson underneath. She's tough. Ball's flying all over the place, but Sutherland will pick it up.
An offensive foul there from Ashley Heal on the screen.
It looks it, and Burke's on the floor. She's a little bit worse for wear after that hit by Hill. But sometimes that's just the case when you watch games and you plant your feet, you're setting that off-ball screen, or on-ball screen, I should say. But it's not always going to work out for you, is it?
Yeah, Burke definitely came off second best there.
Yeah, she did. Seabum working off the screen herself. Off-ball foul.
They'll call one going the other way on Asselson there.
It's almost like it's karma, isn't it, in a way? That's how Sutherland would like to look at it.
I think so.
So, back to the action. Lockdown,
great
full
defense
court press.
there from Norths.
Loder's doing a great job on Charlotte, but this full court press they're doing, or man-to-man defense is working quite a treat.
She is, and Seabom and Loder play really well together, those two guards.
Yeah, very good defensively. They move their feet really well. 5 seconds on the shot clock. What are they going to do?
Have to pull up here.
It's all Schweers time, and you can forget that. What a play by Chelsea Schweers. First points off the day as one of the toughest shots you'll ever see.
Yeah, Loder was right up into her there, but gets it off. So Sutherland now lead by 7.
So this is easy as that, and I think Garlip will take that as the coach if she's going to score a basket.
Yeah, make her work that hard every time. And
wowee. Yeah, it's been that simple for them. 27-20, but they're making them work for it. North, so in a way, if you didn't look at the scoreboard, you would have no idea what the score is. You tend to think that maybe North would be in the lead. Yeah, they are really applying some defensive pressure here through the likes of Seabom and Loder. Yeah, it's tough. It's tight. It's what you expect in a grand finale. Championship women's game. Seabom there with her hands in there and just picks up that foul. Yeah, you wouldn't believe that. I mean, it's hard when you're both fighting for the ball as well, because it's 50-50 either way, isn't it? It is, and she was just kind of running there and picks up her second there, Seabom. So second foul. They need her on the court because her defence at the moment has been nothing but 100% top-notch. Schweers gets away from Loder there and gets the ball off the inbound. Looks to come off that screen, and it's going to work, but they're doubling everything. But Norris loves it from that, as we said. She loves it from the top, and they do a lot of that. And a great strong rebound there from Sheikha. And
Levi picks up another foul there on the
She's
rebound.
tough. Second foul, as you said. Shane's trying to work it out. Look, it's only 7 points. North's are well in the hunt. They've got to get some points on the board because they haven't scored yet.
They do, yeah.
It's hard.
Loader will look inside to Asselson, who's a nice strong finish there.
Great finish, and you know what? When you get a lady like her down low, backing down, and she's still perfectly as well.
Yeah, very crafty underneath, so it takes her total to 8 points, Asselson.
It's great. 8 points, more to come, I'm sure, from Asselson. The Hill sisters working together. Shyla's demanding the screen. Will she work off it? She will, and she'll just throw it up. So
great defensive possession there from North.
She's going to score 35 points today. It's going to come very, very hard for her. As we go, Sheik is sealing Asselson. It's all tough. Hofferter's set to come on. Ipisirio walking to the sidelines.
Good defense there from Muffy Loader as Schweers tries to take it in, but just knocks it out. So it's Sutherland's ball with Hofferter coming off in... Shyla Hill getting a sub early in the game.
It's such a tight game, you know. It really is, and we can't see this being a blowout by any means. And it's that grand final you come to expect. Physical game. Hofferter will launch it for 3. She'll make it rain, and they take an 8-point lead against Norths.
And Hofferter will be happy to get a good starter against her old team, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, Shane Hill's a big draw card. It's probably one reason why she left.
Yeah.
Norths.
A good move there from Shika with the spin. Send her to the line.
She go to the line for 2, and when you've got the height advantage that Norths do most of the time, you think it's the easiest option, just finding them down low.
Exactly, and yesterday they did that really well. A great inside-outside game from Norths. So they'll have to go to that, I think, if... they're going to get back in this game.
We'll go to a bit more. Be 6 points down, 6.5 minutes to go. The Newcastle faithfuls here as well. They're coming up very shortly. You can catch their game afterwards with Davey Lane and Tim Wheeling. They'll take you through it. Davey's made the trek from Tamworth. He's driven 5 hours to call the action for you. He called last night. He'll be calling again today. He has been all morning, so he'll take you through that game.
Schweers with the open 3, pulls up, just hasn't found her.
Well, she's really good at pulling back, isn't she, off a screen?
She is. She's got a great step back 3 and can just get the ball off so quickly, usually before the defence gets there.
Which isn't easy, but Burke makes it look that easy indeed.
Gives Schweers a little bit of a taste of her own medicine there.
Yeah, she did.
Just with the step back 3.
She did. She's played in the QBL under Shane. That's why she's currently playing in New South Wales. Shane brought her back here, and she's loving it. Her dream is to make the WBL. And she's played pretty well this season, to tell you the truth. As Hofferter settles it down a little bit. The Norse fans are quiet.
And great look in there from Seabom to find Asselson.
Can Burke make it 2 in a row? No, she can't. But Asselson's underneath. And another foul. So it's moments like these that if you're part of the North's team, you'd be pretty happy that you've got girls who can rebound that easily.
Exactly, and Sutherland are in the bonus with 5 minutes to go in the quarter, so Norths just need to keep doing that and taking the ball to the basket.
Which is what they're after. If you're Shane, you're trying to work out, well, how are we going to box out harder and stop these rebounds from happening? He's pretty much exhausted his whole bench at the moment. Everyone's really played. So he's taken Hannah Clinton and put her on the court and said, do us a favour and box out hard because we need someone.
Exactly.
Because that's where North's points are really coming from.
Exactly, and just pull down a few rebounds like she did yesterday. Had 16, I think. So, yeah, she'll need to start getting a few rebounds.
Which is unreal when you think about it. 16 boards in a semi-final. That goes a long way to winning a game. Here comes Sutherland firing up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The countdown is on. What will they do? Hofferter will pull it up. Tough shot from the corner. And that'll give them 2 points.
Take Sutherland's lead back out to 5 there. Leading 34 to 29.
It's a great start for North so that they can keep that going. Yes, they will. Burke from the corner. Wowie. Off balance. Finish it, nothing but net.
She gets a flop warning after that, though. After she got a little bit of contact there, but picks up the flop warning. So
yeah, it's not often we see that at this level. Blocking foul.
And picks up the foul there.
Foul.
And that's her third foul.
I think that's a another flop warning maybe. As Ashley Hill comes off, Charlotte comes on. It's a decent rotation we've got. 34-32, it's on, 2 points apiece. That's the difference in this game, only 2 points. Who will come out on top? It's been great. Seabum's done a great job on Shyla as we see a missed shot there by Hovitar.
Couldn't really find anyone to pass to, so decided to go herself and just off the mark on that one, but she's been shooting pretty well today, so I'd assume she'd go back to that pretty soon.
Well, they've done a really good job, haven't they? Just trying to deny anything from happening.
They have, yeah. Really stopping that ball reversal.
That's what we're seeing, and twerking a treat as Asleson down low once again. And she's finding that really easy, just putting her body there in a position where she knows she wants the ball. She's demanding it.
She is, and some really good seals there we've seen from Asleson, and just couldn't quite finish on that occasion, but yeah, sealing really well.
That's it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Shyla Hill. Throws it up.
And she gets a piece of that, yeah. North will come down the other end pretty quickly.
They're doing a good job stepping up off that screen, so really denying anything.
They are, and yeah, the bigs are really stepping out to that now. I think they've adjusted after that timeout, so Tommy would have had a word to them about that.
He would have said something. That's what Tommy's good at. He's a vocal coach. C-bum. Drives baseline.
Asleson with the long two, just off, but they'll get the ball back from the baseline.
Got a timeout called by Sutherland. And it's 34-32. The Sharks lead the Bears. And, you know, we look at some of these plays. Aston's already on 10 points. 6 from 6 free throws, which certainly helps. 6 points off that. And, again, some of these sponsors throughout the weekend have been great. Thanks Spalding for providing such a good basketball as well. CSM for the apparel, and the list goes on really. But it's been great. You know, Hill's a great facility, and we've enjoyed being here all weekend for it.
Yeah, it is. It's a great new facility here, in addition to their old stadium. So, yeah, really great space to hold the championships.
Well, you would have played on the other show courts, not the main court one. You would have played on the old one.
Yeah.
It's a big difference, isn't it, from what it used to be?
Oh, it is. It's fantastic.
It's great. As the Norse girls come back on the court, Sutherland not too far away either, I'm sure. Got to hand it to the mascot, the Hornet. Gets around. I've never seen anything like it. Like for an association to have a mascot like that, it's pretty special.
It is, and it's a great crowd here today. We've got a lot of the other women's teams. We've got Hornsby up there and Newcastle, who both lost the semis yesterday, but here, you know, watching their fellow competitors, and as we said, a lot of the men's teams have started to come in already. So good crowd here.
So did the Newcastle team stay here the night?
They did,
yeah. So they would have stayed pretty locally.
Yeah.
There's no point really driving. What is it? 2 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's a bit of a drive to get back here. I think the Norse boys also. The Norse teams also stayed somewhere last night.
Oh, okay.
They do a thing where supposedly they just spend the day together, the morning, getting into it, getting psyched together.
Right.
Which is pretty good. Whereas I drove home and came back this morning. Did a tough way of doing it. Great move by Hovitar. Smooth layup.
And she's really feeling it today. That's her 13th point of the game.
She's doing well off the bench.
She is, and they're really, Norths are doing well to shut down Schweers, but Hobbit is really stepping up.
Yeah, doing a fine job, and Shane's got something to say to Chelsea. Defensively, I think she reached in there. He gives them 2 shots. Again, they're in foul trouble early with 3 minutes to go. In a game like this, that's not what you want to be.
Yeah,
giving away.
This is the 3 of 3 quarters where they have been in the bonus. Sutherland have sent North to the line, so coming into the second quarter. So coming into the second half, they're really going to have to shore up on that.
Well, you want to be more careful. I think that's the biggest thing. As Lodi gives away a foul as well, so it's back-to-back fouls really. And they've given Shane Hill a technical. We're unsure what for.
Or perhaps just a warning there. I think next one might be a technical.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. Movement off the ball. Here comes Hoverton driving hard. Just missed the layup. Great take, though. She's going really hard to the basket, which is what you like to see.
Yeah, she is. They say North come back down the other and find Valos wide open, who knocks it down. And that's something she can do really well. Great catch and shoot three-pointer.
Yeah, she's a really good
three-point shooter,
Yeah, spot up has been fantastic. She's on 8 points already, and they need more threes from her. And they've got the lead now, Norse. It's back and forth for the most part of this game.
Great defense there from Shika, just coming across the baseline, cutting that pass off. It will be a Sutherland baseline out of bounds, though.
It's huge, and one thing we like about it is a nitty-gritty game. And we don't like blowouts, and this game is going to be far from a blowout. Well, I struggled to see how that would be the case.
Yeah, neither team really making it easy on each other. Hands to everything as Hoverton just misses that three, and Asselson pulls down a strong rebound. See North taking it down the other end.
She's doing a fine job of that too. It's great hands by Schweiz. Desperation on the floor. Trying to get it. Couldn't be. And 2 minutes to play. It is all, at the moment, all square for the most part.
Yeah, North's just holding that 1 point lead, 37-36.
Everyone looks nervous. North's bench looks nervous. Sutherland's on edge as well.
I think it's almost harder being on the bench than when you're on the court.
Yeah, you'd go as far as to say that for sure.
You don't have a chance to think about it when you're on the court. You just kind of...
Yeah, exactly. You just got to play.
Focusing on that next possession, whereas when you're on the bench, you kind of...
You just got to go out and do it.
Exactly.
Hoverton tries to clean it up. Just missed it. So it's close. Shika gets it off to Valos. And Hoverton's really doing a good job pressing. That fast break she's got at the moment under her sleeve is causing North all sorts of trouble.
Great drive there from Sebo. We'll go for a three-point play here.
Great move. We've got some signs in the stand saying, "Go Auntie Kate." So her family's come here. They've come to watch.
They have, and that's the second foul there on Shyla Heel.
So one more foul, and you'd think that Shane would have to work out what he's going to do rotation-wise, because you can't afford to have your star guard on 3 fouls going into the second half.
I think he'll leave her out there, it looks like, at this stage.
Seems to be the case. They're going to work early. Decent shot. Smallest girl on the court picks it up.
Great offensive rebound there by Shyla.
Outstanding board by Shyla Hill.
And good defense there from Shika. Really cuts off the baseline and forces Hoverton into a turnover.
Which is great to see. 40 points to 36. The Bears lead the Sharks a minute to go in this first half.
And Shika has been really handy for Norths all season. For a big, she's just got such quick feet. We saw there her cutting off the baseline. Makes a lot of little plays, and Loda goes to the basket, gets fouled by Schweiz, so she'll head to the line.
Too, and she's been really crafty with the ball in hand.
She has. She's got great handles.
And you can tell they've paid most of this game so far. It's because they're bringing the heat, they're bringing the action for us.
They are, and just rolls in the first.
Yeah, it's action-packed.
It is, and Norths has now got their biggest lead of the game, leading 42-36 with less than a minute to play in the first half.
Well, they've done a really good job shutting down the star players of Sutherland. And unfortunately, it's as easy as that for Hill. When it looked like she was stuck, but she managed to finish it.
She did. It was a great finish over hands there, and Ballas will come off to the bench after she picked up her third foul. So Dallinger will see her first minutes of the game.
Which is, it's big for them. And also have a really good junior program. A lot of these girls have come from there. And they're backing up with the men's game. Afterwards.
Sutherland gets the ball from the baseline here after both players seem to tip it out. Can't really leave Hovita wide open, but Asselson runs out to her and gets a strong rebound.
It's probably the most open she's been as well, as Norse pushed the ball through C-bum, out of bounds. Sutherland ball, but again, when you got the opportunity like that, you've just got to take it.
Oh, exactly.
You can't sit back.
If you're that wide open, you're gonna have to take it.
You're gonna have to do it. 28 seconds on the clock to go. Norse will have the last shot of the game, whether it be easy or hard. Charlotte wants to do it all herself. What has she got?
And C-Bomb's done a great job getting the ball out of her hands there. And they take an off-balance shot, and Asselson pulls down another strong rebound.
It's good to see as Loda has 4 seconds on the clock. What will she do? Will she pull it up? Yes, she will, and she'll make it. Half-time buzzer. Well, you've got to give it to Loda. What a way to finish the half. And the Norse Bears were pretty content with their lead of 44 points to 38. Susie, that first half had everything you'd want in a grand final.
It did, extremely entertaining. It was.
It's so tight, but you know, we'll come back with a minute 30 to go. We'll talk about what we've seen in the first half and the third quarter. But what can you take out of that first half?
Both teams are kind of settled into the game as it went on, but when they were applying defensive pressure, North's really got ahead there, so they're just going to need to continue to do that heading into the second half.
We'll bring you all the action in the third quarter, and with a minute and a half to go before that starts, we'll take you through all the stats and everything you need to know. So until then, enjoy your halftime break. My name is Keane Kramer. Alongside me is Susie Walmsley. We'll be with you shortly. Well, who will do it? Welcome back, Kean Kramer alongside Susie Walmsley. Who is going to win this game? That's the question on everyone's lips. Norths are up 44 points to the Sharks 38. And Susie, before the game starts, before the third quarter starts, I should say, let's get into some of the stats. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so for Norths, Kendra Aslison's been really strong for them, just 10 points and 9 rebounds. After that, it's been quite evenly spread with Eleni Valos with 8 points, Seabomb, Loader and Burke, their guards, with 6 points each, but doing a fantastic job making it really difficult for the Sutherland guards to get an easy shot. They're making them shoot through hands pretty much every shot. For Sutherland, Callie Hobbit has really stepped up with 13 points. Shyla Heel has 9. Maddie Norris, their young post, with 7 points. And I think the biggest key here is Norths is in the lead because they've kept Schweers to just 2 points after scoring 35 points yesterday. So I have no doubt she'll come back out here and fire up, but they're doing a really great job getting the ball out of her hands.
Well, that's a talking point, isn't it, of this game? How was Schweers back up after yesterday's 35-point game? Shyla won't quite get there, you would think. I don't know, which is early days, but she's definitely scoring more points than Schweers is this afternoon. And for Norths, no Renee Garland again. So it's a big performance for Norths without their superstar.
I think many would be quite surprised that Norths has this 6-point lead heading into the third quarter.
It's big for them, but it's not done yet. We've still got 20 minutes worth of action to come, plus the championship men's game, which Davey Lane will be taking you through all the action for, as is Tim Wheeling. So 2 guys that know a bit about basketball. They'll take you through all the action there. And we're underway the third quarter. Through the hands of Shyla Hill, through the legs, just throws it up, not to be. 11 seconds, but these isolation plays that Shane's got going at the moment, it doesn't seem to be really paying off.
No, they did yesterday though, so I think they'll still keep going to it for now. And we see Norths get the ball. Muffy Loader with a really strong drive and just off there, so Shyla Hill pulls the rebound down and heads down the other end pretty quickly.
And Maddie Norris's bread and butter can't make it, but again, she likes those trails and pulling up for 3. A Seabum with the ball. It's been tight. It's officiated really well today. Great job by the referees. These 3 refs have been outstanding all year, and that is why they will be in charge of this game, and they're doing a great job at it too. It's the Hill sisters. Seabum needs all the credit in the world for what she's been doing today. He's stopping Shyla from doing anything.
She is, and Loader on Schweers there. They're really doing a great job.
And they don't even look tired. That's the big part of why they're doing so well, because fitness is a massive attribute you need when you play basketball. And you know, the off season they would have worked on that really, really well, because they need to. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
It does, and Norris just picks up her 3rd foul there, so she's going to come off.
Which is massive for the Bears. A player like Maddie Norris, who is young, but she's definitely achieved a lot in her basketball
She
career.
has quite a force, and Maddie Wilson comes on there. They get the ball into Aslison, who goes up, but the ball's knocked out, and Norths will get it from the baseline.
It's big for them. Early stages in the third quarter. The action doesn't stop. It's still going strong. Underneath it goes Norris. Cleans it up brilliantly. Off goes Shyla Hill. And we haven't had a basket yet in this third quarter, but will Schweers have something to say about that? No, she won't.
And Loader with another strong rebound, just gets up above those hands. She's quite small out there, probably one of the smallest, and pulls down her 2nd rebound of the quarter.
It's amazing to think that she's a guard, but how she's able to get that rebound in such tough scenarios, it's great to see.
She is, and you probably give when a lot of the guards pull down rebounds, you want to give a bit of credit to the post for boxing out their players as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right, for sure. We can see that foul earlier on, the reach in. And we'll go the other way thanks to the Bears. We've got a substitution on the floor. Burke is on, Valos is off. And you've got to be pretty happy if you're Valos, because defensively she's been sound. She's put some points on the board.
She has. She's done a great job going into that starting position today.
The all-round game's been spectacular spectacular. It really has been. And
A foul there on Aslison, that's her third, and we'll probably see her come to the bench right now with Tristan Black looking like she's checking in.
well, Black's the type of player you want on your side, because even though you're playing limited minutes off the bench, it's what you bring on the court that's most important.
It is, and she brings a lot of energy and has quite a lot of experience in this league. So
She's been around for quite some time. Schweiz works off the pick. She'll go to work, pulls up a three and can't convert it. And Shane's going to find a way to get her going, because it hasn't been an easy game for her offensively.
no, it hasn't, and she probably needs to drive in and possibly get to the free throw line and get a bit of confidence out of that. But you still can't count her out. She's just been phenomenal this season, and she gets a steal there, and this might be what she needs with a quick layup and a couple of points. So Norths will call a timeout here and try and regroup. And
As I said that, she steals the ball and goes for a layup. So, look, I'm not going to say anything bad about anyone anymore, because that's what's going to happen. Or maybe I should say something bad, because that way they'll start playing well.
exactly, and North still with the lead here, 44-40 over the Sutherland Sharks in this grand final.
It's just mammoth. It's a big look. 4 points isn't necessarily a big lead, but in the schemes of things with how this game is going, you know, it's tight, it's contested, it's pretty good. And if we look at some of the stats which we've got in front of us, it just seems as though Schwier's 2 points, just 1 from 5. So 2 from 6 with a 2 point from field goal range. So
She has, and there's, it's been quite a seesawing match. Neither team have really held that big of a lead. Sutherland had an 8-point lead early in the match, and North's only with a 6-point lead has been their highest. So not much in it here.
not much at all. And you think times would change, maybe they might be able to squeeze something out of it. But I can smell overtime. I don't know what it is about this game, but I get a sense that we could see this game going down to the wire the last 2 minutes of the game, because it hasn't been a blowout. No team has really gone full throttle yet.
No. Loader bringing the ball up quite quickly.
To Black.
And they'll look to reverse it through hands.
Early stage of the movement goes Shrieker. To the side goes Burke. She hit a few in the first half. Couldn't quite get it started in the third.
Some good box out there from Wilson, who pulls the ball down for Sutherland. And good defence there from Tristan Black. You just see what she can do, and they run the fast break, and Seabom, great assist there to Burke, who finishes the layup.
She's been so sound, and again, running the lanes. It's simple basketball, but when it works well, it's good to watch.
And Maddie Norris there with 8 points. She's a good little player for Norths.
Yeah, she's really good. She's shown us what she's capable of. There's Ashley Hill, fist pump in the air. She knows how much that means for her team. Basket is good. And Ashley Hill's pretty happy about that.
She is, and she seems to look more comfortable when she's shooting through hands. Both of the shots she's made today, she's really shot through hands and done well there.
It's good. It's good to see. As Shrieker misses one of the easiest layups she'll probably get this game. Under the basket, can't convert it. As Schwier's demanding something. Isolation screen. Off she goes. Crossover, great steal. Burke was running far ahead of the basketball because she wanted that outlet pass. Couldn't quite get the vision. But it was the right play.
After that jump ball, it'll be Sutherland's from the sideline.
5 minutes 45 to go in the third quarter. We'll say for Shane, it's not a usual situation for him. I know Sutherland has been pretty good this year, but he hasn't had a lot of tight games like this.
No, but when you're coming up against the minor premiers, you're probably looking. That was a great pass in there to Shika, who will get fouled on that.
Oh, it was great. It was a great bit of vision over the top by Burke to Shrieker, and Black to Shrieker. And I suppose when you're, 6'9", could be. I mean, you've got two players like that who work the high low.
Might be a bit shorter than that, but yeah, absolutely great. Yeah. Great target in there, Shika has been, and just misses that first one.
We'll say 6'9" in the women's stage.
Potentially.
We'll go with that. Potentially.
And makes the second there, so takes North's lead back up to 5 points.
5 points. Demanding work for North. So they've got to work hard. Work hard for the lead. 47-42. Loader gets caught for the reach in. And it just comes down to discipline, doesn't it? I mean, I know it's easy said than done when it comes to a game like this, but off those off-ball screens or screens, how hard is it not to actually reach in?
Oh, absolutely, and it's hard when you're defending players as quick as Heel and as Schweers, and you know, you're doing everything to try and deny them, but it becomes a little bit tricky. You kind of reach in there if you just can't get that final step, and Heel knocks down another 2 points, so she's into double figures now with 11.
Well, she makes it look so easy, doesn't she? It's a step back jumper. It's one of the hardest things you can do in basketball.
It is. Burke again with a 3, but just rolls out, and Schweers looks to push it down to Heel.
Well, that's her job on the court. Her job is to shoot threes, and she's done that. Many of those already. I think she's hit 3 of them, so that's a pretty good option. But that's what Garlick wants.
And Hovita just knocks it out, so it'll be North's ball.
Valos comes in. Shrieker. She comes off the court. She's been great, hasn't she? I mean, working down low, offensively, she's been strong. She's rebounded very well as well.
She has. Really strong in the post, Norths are. They're quite a deep team. Both teams are, both Sutherland and Norths have a lot of depth.
They're doing a great job. This loader will try to load it up, and she does. She fills it up. Give her the basketball, and good things will happen. 3-point play for the North Bears. Here they come. The Roaring Bears. What can they do? Can they keep this up? There's another foul. We call that a push.
And Seabomb now picks up her third.
Third foul. And Kate can't afford that. I know there's just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1 quarter to play. After this one, who will be the champions of the women's competition? That's the real question that needs to be answered, because at the moment it's not as easy as saying one team over the other, because it's that tight. 6 points has been the biggest margin throughout this game.
But is it North to look to have the edge at this point, but and Heel will pick up her third foul there.
So you have to wonder whether or not it is a matter of taking her off and just keeping her fresh, because it's close now, 6 points. You don't want to let it get to 8 or 10 even, but Loader might want that to happen.
Great take there from Loader.
Lovely take. The finger roll goes in, and the Bears are happy with where they're at the moment.
She's been playing really aggressively, taking the ball to the rack really, really well, and Schweers just off again on that 3.
The biggest lead of the game, we would suggest, and Shane calls a timeout, and Schweers is still struggling. She's cold. She knows it. How do we get her heated up? That's the question. It's not as easy as putting Danker rub on. You need something more than that.
No.
Who knows what it is, but they've got to find a way to get her firing, because Sutherland are down 52 points to 44. See, moments like this with 3 minutes to go in a quarter, it's not as simple as taking one person off and putting on another. I mean, it's something you have to change up, but it's hard. You know, you've got to work out what it is exactly. That's the issue.
Yeah, it is, and I have been saying this all game, but just defensively, they've allowed Loader, who's just taken some great takes, but Sutherland have kind of given her access to the basket and allowed her to take that baseline drive a few times, so they're really going to start needing to cut that off. Norths have gone small, and probably to make the most of trying to defend Heel and Schweers and Hovita, which they're doing a good job of, but maybe Sutherland need to start trying to get it into Norris there.
Well, it's an exhausting time, isn't it? I mean, it's exhausting to defend 2 of the marquee players of this competition consistently for a full 40 minutes, but
it is,
Norths just aren't even tired. And
no, Seabomb and Loader haven't had a break yet, but They're doing a good job.
Yeah, which is crazy. Usually what you'd find is that the coach would enjoy that because he knows something's got to give down the track. They got to crack at some point, but no, they haven't, and they're still going hard. Here comes Seabum. Again, working off it. Will she put up a shot? No, she won't. She'll find Valos in the corner for 3. Just a little bit too long, but I like that option. First play off the timeout.
And Hovita with a good hustle play running down that rebound and pushing the floor.
That's what we like to see.
And Heel with another great take to the basket.
There's no help there either under the basket, which is what Norse usually prides himself on, having someone there at all times. Shyla will sniff that. She'll definitely see that coming from a mile away.
She'll look to make this, convert on this 3-point play and take the margin back to 5 points with North's leading.
Basket's good, and here come the Bears 8. We're up 8, now they're only up 5. In a crucial game, this is the game to determine who will win it. I believe it's 2 shots as well, because Sutherland's on 5 fouls for the quarter. It's only Shyla's 2nd foul of the game.
Sorry, Schweers that one was on.
Schweers, yeah, Schweers. 2 fouls.
Loader knocks down the first.
Knocks down the first, looking for the second, and let me tell you, if you think this is a great game of basketball, it's only just the start of what could be a marvellous afternoon. We've got the championship men's after this one. North's playing Newcastle. Thornton Vespose, you could say. Great D by Dallinger, but even better finish from Ashley Hill. They've been working on that in their back garden, on those local hoops that you've got. Great bit of work. 3-pointer. Sisters in action together. Seabum out the back to Valos. What can she do? She'll just have to throw it up, hope for the best. Great clean-up. And even better finish. Hands in the air by Loader. Feeling it up. And the Bears needed that.
The Bears out to an 8-point lead again. 57-49 with a minute 50 left in this third quarter.
Minute 50, not long to go at all. Loader out to Seabum, 3-point play, just 4 short. And the Sharks, but you take that shot every day of the week when you're that open.
Well, absolutely, and that's her shot. That's what she's. But doing such a good work on defense. A little bit short there, a little bit of fatigue.
It's basically the only thing you can do, isn't it? Well, they're showing on every single screen North Bears. So defensively, they know exactly what they're doing. They've been working on it. Well, give it up for the hero of this game.
Loader is really feeling it with 18 points now.
Eliza Jane Loader. Give it up for her as the Bears have another opportunity through Seabum. They can't convert it. Dallinger underneath. And the Bears are firing. What a lead we have here with 46 seconds to go. 61 points to 49 to the North Bears. Wowee.
And a great hustle play there for Dallinger. She gets the steal and then picks up Seabum's missed shot and puts it back in. So she did a really, really great work there from Dallinger.
They'll go to the line, but just it's funny how just a few sequences can go your way and all of a sudden you've got this massive lead. It's
exactly.
all about momentum, isn't it?
Momentum's really shifted towards Norths. And number 17, Wilson's come off for Sutherland Sharks with Levi back on. And a Lenny Valos at the line.
Levi's on 2 or 3 fouls already. Can't afford any more. As Valos finishes the free throw. It's looking pretty good, and so are the Bears. Because with 30 seconds to go, they'll have the final shot. The Bears will like their chances. Here comes Shyla. We'll give it to Ashley. How will the Bears stop this play? They've been great defensively as Seabum gets her hand in the way, reach in foul.
And that's a tough one there for North, as Seabum's now picked up her 4th. So we'll see her come to the bench here.
Which is massive, and now the Bears won't get the last shot of the game. They will still get the last shot of the game because Sutherland have free throws. It's amazing how quickly both teams have got themselves into foul trouble.
It is, and Meredith Hines has just come on there. Shyla's come to the bench, and she'll see her first minutes of the game.
Now, I've been impressed by Dallinger today because she's played probably 3 minutes roughly, and she's made great stops. She's had the tough task of guarding Shyla Hill, and she's done a good job at it too. Last shot of the game goes to Norths as the countdown is on to the end of the third quarter. What can they come up with?
Loader off that Horns play.
Will it be Loader? Who will it be? It will be Loader. And why not? They've fed the hot hand. She's converted that into 2 points and a free throw. So if anyone's stepped up today, it's been Loader, and that's Shane's chat at three-quarter time. Just how on earth are we going to contain Loader?
Exactly. She's got to 20 now, so with one to come.
Which is simply massive. In this sort of game, if you can get someone stepping up like she has, big-time player, couldn't ask for much more than that. What will Sutherland do? Last play of the game, 3 seconds on the clock. Schwiz, will she put it up? Yes, she will, but she can't make that. And that's what happens when you haven't been scoring plays you usually make. You don't make it at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard after yesterday. She had 35 and then just can't seem to find it. But still another quarter to play.
Still another quarter. Susie, can we see the Sharks getting back into this?
Look, I wouldn't count them out. It's 15 points, but they're a side who can put a lot of points on the board very quickly, as we saw yesterday. They had 99 in the game. So it's going to be tough for them, but I have no doubt they'll make a run to try and push themselves back into it.
Well, they're that type of team. Of course, there's no other games after this. Is it. Whoever wins this is the champions of the Waratah League, the Championship Women's League. We'll see who that is. Susie, take us through some of the stats and what stands out to you at the end of the third.
So with for Norths, Loader's just had a fantastic third quarter there with 21 points. With 10 points. Eleni Valos has really stepped up in the absence of Renee Garlop with 9 points and Burke with 8 points. And then for the Sutherland Sharks, Shyla Heel is leading scorers with 14 points. We've got Hoverter with 13 points and Maddie Norris with 8 points.
Someone like Maddie Norris is someone who really needs to step up. Usually she's the type of person that could get a double-double. We did mention Charlotte's played the most minutes in this game, 14 points, contained Schwiz on 4, and Loader on 21. So, as we've said, we don't really expect Loader to put up these sorts of numbers each game, but she's just been able to do it.
She has, and Norths are really shooting well from the free throw line. They're shooting at 90%, so Sutherland's been sending them there a lot, being in the bonus in all quarters. So they're going to really need to kind of keep their hands out and try and reduce their fouls.
Well, it's kind of easy for them at the moment, especially thanks to Eliza Jane Loader. Fourth quarter's about to begin. Who will be named champions of New South Wales in the Championship Women's Division? We'll have to wait and see, but 65 points to 50. You'd say that'd be very close to a Norths win if they can keep focus, keep the composure that they've shown all throughout the 3 quarters. They've got 10 more minutes to go. Will they do it? Following this is the men's game as Hill pulls up, step back, 3-pointer, not to be.
And Clinton does a great job there of ripping the ball out of Aslison's hands to pull down that offensive board.
Type of play she likes to use. And Ashley Hill, well,
she hasn't missed today.
She hasn't.
She's 4 from 4.
She's got a great arc on her. Great shot action. That's all you can ask for. If she can hit those shots and keep plugging away, anything is possible.
The board now with Loader, who'll look to force her way into the paint and just off there, but Aslison gets a hand in. It'll be Sutherland ball from the baseline. And
that's not a bad choice of shot selection either, because if she's scored 20 points, half her shots have been tough as it is.
Exactly, and she did have a few teammates in there trying to get that rebound, so.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Dallinger looking to put the pressure on Heel and just picks up a foul.
You know, it's tough, but you've got to look at the rotation like they have, and they've put Dallinger on Shyla, and it seems to be paying off.
Yeah, and you can live with a couple of fouls like that if you're trying to put the pressure on and get the ball out of a player like Shyla's hands.
That's right, and that's the biggest thing as well. Just trying to make sure that the balls don't go into the key player's hands. Great pass by Hovitter underneath the basket.
And Clinton just needs to really put that in. She did well.
Clinton, when you're that tall, you find yourself in that position. They will find you. Don't worry about that. For the Bears, it's all about finding the hands of some of the key players. Stricker can't hit the shot. Aston on the line. Will keep it in. She does too, but it'll go straight to Sutherland. Out to Hovitter for three. Bucket
knocks it down.
Good. Well, it's a penetration in the kick that's really hurting North.
It is, and they're finding shooters, but Asselson with another strong rebound. Just can't make it, but Shika gets another offensive rebound.
They're kicking it out. Something's got to give. They've got to score, surely. Well, they'll get the foul. That's second best to anything you'll probably get.
It is, and Shika will go to the line.
Defensively, but you have to wonder whether or not the tide is starting to turn and the Sharks are coming to the surface.
And Hovitter comes to the bench there with Schweers coming back on.
In terms of substitutions, doesn't get much better than that. One star player off, another one on.
MVP back on.
Exactly right. And probably for good reason as well. Throughout the year, she's pretty much been unstoppable.
She has, and Shika's 1 for 2 there, and Norths are leading 66-57 with 8 minutes to go in this grand final.
She's averaged 29 points per game as well, which is just unbelievable at that. She struggled this game. They've worked well defensively, the Bears. Here comes Stricker. What a turn.
Great spin move there, and gets fouled under the basket.
Spin at pace as well, so it's not easy to do, but for a big girl to take the ball, put it on the floor from outside the three-point line, get inside the key.
That foul's on Ashley Heal, and that'll be her fourth personal foul.
Fourth foul to Hill. And the bench needs to give them some answers, because some of the players aren't finding it easy to adjust to this sort of tempo, this sort of game.
And the lead's back out to double figures there for North, 67-57. And Shui is still just struggling to find a bit of form shooting.
Just to find anything at the moment, I think, is what she needs to get started. And it has been North's defence has really kept her quiet. Is Dallinger for three. Massive bucket. Dallinger, how good is that? What a play.
And Hill straight back at her with a pull-up too. But a fantastic play on the possession before from Dallinger.
It is huge. Big three from her. That's a confidence builder that she needs. Comes off the bench. Is there to provide. And those are the instructions by Tommy Garlip.
And Hill with her hands in just there. Shyla Hill with her fourth personal foul.
So the aim of the story now is to basically foul out Shyla Hill. That's the narrative. That's what they'll be looking for. And that's what people will be talking about after the game, whether or not the rotations were done correctly.
They will, but she's a very bright player for her age, so you can imagine she'll do a pretty good job of staying out of it. Loda pulls up for another 2 points, so that'll take her total to 23. She's just having a fantastic game.
It's not bad. When we talk about characters, Dan Young's alongside me, North Spare extraordinaire. He's joking around. He's excited. He's excited for the game after this one. You'll catch that with Davey Lane, Tim Wheeling. But first we've got to finish this game. And Mary Norris has something to say about North's lead at the moment.
Yeah, that's Maddie's favourite shot, isn't it? She's really good from that trail position.
She is. That's where she likes to be. They've got to get back on D. That's what Garlip's instructing. Hill takes it in and a foul, but that stops Ashley from hitting it from the corner. So the Hill sisters working together.
And that'll be Sutherland's ball from the baseline.
Just under 6 to go.
Still a 10-point lead to North, so Sutherland are really going to start needing to chip away at this.
Well, they're going to get it started at some point. I mean, the fact they're 10 points down, they haven't looked like they've been playing anywhere near their full capacity.
No, they haven't. They're getting through their offenses quite well. They're just not, haven't been able to convert.
Yeah, it's not bad on their end. There's no doubting that. They're stepping up. Valos needs to get in the way, and they do. Clinton, will she pull up from the elbow? Yes. 4 short. Over the back foul by Norris. I think that's her 3rd or 4th foul as we speak.
It is. There's quite a few Sutherland Sharks players now in foul trouble.
It looks at us trying to suss out what we can find in regards to Norris from the personal fouls. That's a 4th personal foul. So between Clinton, Shyla, Ashley and Maddie Norris, they're all on 4 fouls each.
They are. And for North, we've got C-Bomb on the bench with 4 fouls as well. So
all up. That's a great pass by Valos. Can't be converted into points. But it's huge. What a hustle play from both girls. Ashley and Eliza Jane Loader to get into it. But Ash is off. She's substituted. On the floor. She's given everything at the moment. We can safely say we'll see her on the court at some point coming up. Shrieker will shoot it underneath it.
Great hustle there from Asleson to get that offensive board.
Huge play.
Shyla Hill just pulls down that defensive rebound and pushes it down the court to Hovita. Maddie Norris with her favourite shot at the top and nothing but net.
And she makes it look so easy as well.
She does, and she's getting them back in it at this stage.
It's a tough look, but when you just see her trailing in from in behind, you just know that she's there. You've got to make sure you get out to her.
Exactly, and
as the loader says, right back at you, Maddie Norris and the Sharks.
North's back out with that 10-point lead. You can't be leaving Norris at the top for that 3. And Garlop is not looking impressed. Maddie Norris with a few threes in the last couple of minutes.
Well, it's kind of a bizarre situation because you just think after a great look by Loader, wow, she's really playing some great basketball.
She has a great seal in there from Asleson, who is a nice strong finish. But Valos does a good job there to get on the ball and cause a jump ball.
I mean, when you see something happen for the first time, you would assume, okay, maybe we'll have to wait after the second time to actually get out on defence. But Maddie's hit about 3 or 4 of those threes. She's not going to hit from anywhere else.
She has, and that would have been in the scout. And we could see Garlop was not impressed at all. He would have told his players that that's her bread and butter. That's where she loves to shoot it. So
yeah, Tommy's known to fire up. One of the loveliest guys in basketball.
And there she is again, but Burke does a good job to put her hand there and force the shot to go a little off.
Yeah, she's done well. She's done very, very well. If anyone's going to be able to do something now for the Sharks, it's got to be Norris. Keep that up. Great screen. Here comes Stricker. And she'll sink it from the corner. A simple jump shot. Timeout on the floor to the Sutherland Sharks. 79 points to 68. The Bears lead Sutherland and Susie. Besides Norris being able to get into double figures for points, what else can you tell us about some of the Norse players?
So at this stage, Loader is just doing it all for North. She's got 26 points. Just a great assist there to Shika for the 2 points. So she's got 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well. That's Loader. Asleson with 12 points, some great seals inside, and she's got 13 rebounds. Shika, 9 points and 14 rebounds. So she's doing it on both ends as well.
She's doing really, really good things at the moment.
And the Sutherland Sharks, they've got 3 players in double figures. Probably not who we thought it would be, but Norris having a great game with 17 points. And Shyla Hill and Kelly Hovita both with 16.
So the main talking point at the moment is that Chelsea Schweers is cold. We're talking freezer type of stuff.
She is just 4 points.
She hasn't quite defrosted yet.
No,
I can tell you
not
that much.
quite. But she comes back out on the floor, and they'll want her to get going in this last 3 minutes 40. I think one of the biggest stats, North's Bears have 49 rebounds to Sutherland Sharks 34. So they're really getting a few second chance opportunities, and that's allowed them to extend their lead. We see Chelsea Schweers just with another miss there.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference when you're not quite in your shots, but rebounding's a big part of basketball. If you can do that well, you'll go very close to winning the game.
It is, and a great take there from Shika, and she'll go to the line here. And that's a tough call for Sutherland, and Maddie Norris has just been fouled out of the game.
It's a tough loss for the Sharks now. I mean, how they recover from someone who's put most of their points on the board, and you've got to try and reassess your options and think to yourself, well, who's going to step up now? And that's a challenge for most of the players on the court.
It is, and Ashley Heal's just come on, and she's been really accurate shooting-wise. You lose a bit of height there, but
you've done okay.
Shika knocks down her free throws, so Norths are now leading 81-68 with 3 minutes 20 left in the game.
It's clutch. They need some quick shots here, Sutherland. What can they do? It's now or never for them. Can the Sharks put something on the board? Can they score some baskets? Step back from Charlotte. No can do.
Such a quick release, but just can't let it fall.
It's Steph Curry-esque almost, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
That sharp shooting technique. Hard to do. They'll go through Loda. Will she attack the basket? Yes, she will.
And Shyla with some great defense there on Loda. So the Sharks are making it difficult for Norths in this possession.
Shrikalo off the ball foul. Sutherland ball.
And a foul there on Asleson. Will give the ball back to Sutherland, and that will be her fourth personal foul. So there's a few girls on there with 4 fouls.
Assison's the type of player where, she'll do all the hard yards for you. It's not about scoring points for her. As long as she's getting the rebounds, putting her body on the line, that's the main thing. And Schweers will take it hard, can't hit that. She remains in a world of trouble. She hasn't been able to put many points on the board at all for Sutherland. And you know what? You have those games, but you just hope that it's not the end of the year when it's grand final time.
Exactly, and it's not without through lack of trying, because Sutherland are really having a go here, and a lot of effort from them, but just can't seem to put the ball in the basket.
And when Trigger does that, you know it's your type of afternoon. And the Bears can smell it. 2 minutes remaining, 83 points to 68. What are they cooking? We'll have to see soon. Offensive foul. Shyla's fouled out as well. That's it for Sutherland and Shyla Hill.
And you'd think it'd be tough now for Sutherland with Shyla Hill and Maddie Norris both on the bench.
You'd have to assume so. As Hines comes on for Sutherland just to wrap it up for them. And you've got to hand it to Norse. Frustration kicked in early for Sutherland, and that was it. They didn't make many shots. Norse through Lotus seemed to be doing it all.
It did, and yesterday against Hornsby they were able to play a bit more of a free-flowing style of basketball, and they were obviously feeling it with 99 points, but today Norths have really stifled them and done a great job on defence.
That's right. For sure, they've done some great things. And that's what they're finding at the moment.
And we've got a third player fouled off now with Hannah Clinton going to the bench.
Clinton off.
Despite not scoring too much today with just 4 points, Hannah Clinton pulled down 10 rebounds, so she was very productive while she was out on court there for Sutherland.
Yeah, she's been great. She has been very good, making some big plays when it matters most.
And Shane Heals had to go a little bit further down his bench that he probably would have thought. Gabriella Nancaro has come on, but it will be good for her to see some action in this match.
That's it. As the clock winds down, 90 seconds to go. What can they do, Sutherland? It's fair to say that I think it's all done and dusted for them now, but they can hope for the best. I think that's it. I think we can say that the Bears have won the 2018 Championship Women's game.
And North will look to use as much clock as they can, but Asleson with another 2 points.
It's been that good for them, and you know what? They've come out without Renee Garlop. They've impressed everyone. I think people had self-doubts whether or not Norse could actually win it against a strong side like Sutherland. But they've done really well. I think the height advantage certainly helped their cause. They've just managed to play a different game.
C-Bomb sees the Asleson inside, gets it out to Loader, who just can't seem to get it, and there'll be a jump ball. And Norths will check their bench on.
Throwing everyone on, they know it too. It's done and dusted. The Valos sisters come on. The starting five come off. They'll be pretty happy about where they've come from. The Bears, Tommy Garlop, big win under him as coach. And can they do it back-to-back? Championship men, straight after this one.
Valos will go to the line with a foul on Kelly Hoverter.
That's it. North vs Newcastle. Susie, you'll be staying around, I'm sure, to watch that game.
I will be, Newcastle girl.
That's it.
Definitely be there.
Cheering on your homegrown heroes.
As Valos knocks down the first.
They've actually run away with it towards the end. 88 points to 68. They
have
89. I mean, 21 points in the game without Garlop. And what would happen if they had Renee playing as well, who could easily rack up, 16 to 20 points?
Exactly, but I don't think the score really gives a full picture of what the game's been like. For the first 3 quarters, it was really, really tight. Anyone could have really won it in that first 3 quarters, but Norths have really stepped up in the 4th quarter, and that probably comes down to a lot of the experience. Sutherland's quite a young team, and Norths have a little bit more experience across the floor with their posts and their guards. So we've really seen that in that 4th quarter.
Yeah, they've done extremely well. It has come easy for them, Norse. If you think about where they started from the 1st quarter to now, I know Sutherland crept back in the 1st, but in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th quarter, they haven't had much competition.
No, they haven't. As Valos pulls up from 3-point at the top of the key, and a little bit off there, but with 11 seconds to go, Norths have really wrapped this up.
It doesn't matter too much, because with 8 seconds remaining, the North Bears Championship Women team have won the grand final as the buzzer goes. They're excited. The Bears, what a victory, what a moment as they defeat the Sutherland Sharks, led by Shane Hill. And Tommy Garlop with a big play. Renee's pretty excited. She's trying to get on the court and celebrate with them, hobbling on one knee. But what a game, what a moment. And Susie, I mean, you've got to hand it to North. What a blowout victory towards the back end of that game.
It was, and yeah, just going through a few stats here, we've got Eliza Jane Loader with 26 points. She really stepped up today. Shika with 13 points and 20 rebounds. Asleson with 16 points and 14 rebounds. And Eleni Valos, in the absence of Renee Garlop, had 11. So huge points across the board there. And then for Sutherland, Maddie Norris with 17 points. She put in a really great performance today. Shyla Hill kept to just 16 after 35 yesterday. And Kelly Hoverter with 16 points.
It's not bad. What a result indeed. And that wraps up the Championship Women's season. You see the Bears jumping around, celebrating together. It came together really nicely for Tommy Garlop. He put together a really good team, and they've worked together really well. Probably better than a lot of people would have thought. Renee came in, great work getting her involved. But for the Bears as a whole, a lot of young players in that team have done fantastically.
They have, and it looks like they've developed quite a really great culture at the club. And that when you're trying to win championships, that's really what you want to do, and that starts with the coaching staff and all the players that you bring in from the start of the season. So Yeah, congratulations to the North Bears.
Well, thank you, Susie, for taking part in a fantastic weekend of basketball. You were fantastic. It was great to have you on board. My name is Kean Kramer. Coming up next, Championship Men's Grand Final between the North Bears once again and the Newcastle Hunters. We'll catch you soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the right to get underway with the official presentation for the 2018 Spalding Waratah League Championship Women's Division. Firstly, a big round of applause to both the grand finals from Sutherland and North by the great grand final, two very receiving teams. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you first. I'd like to also welcome our official party that will be helping with the presentations today. Firstly, welcome to Ray Williams, the Minister of Multicultural Affairs, and also Henry's Liberal member of the Green Line. Welcome to you, Ray. I'd like to call Alistair up first, who's going to start our first set of presentations. We're going to start now with the league awards. I'd like to start with the All-Star 5. So, congratulations, and right up first, All-Star 5 guard from the Sutherland Sharks, Chelsea Schwiz. All-Star 5 guard from the North Bears, Kate Zeno. All-Star 5 good from the North Bears, Renee Garland. Congratulations from the All-Star 5 forward from the Sutherland Sharks, Madeline Norris. And finally, the All-Star 5 centre from the Penrith Panthers. Congratulations to the Tyler
Round of applause for our All-Star 5. Now we'll move to the big award for the league, which is the MVP. Congratulations goes to, from Sutherland, Chelsea Schwiz. Congratulations to Chelsea. Now, we move on to the Defensive Player of the Year. From the North Bears, congratulations goes to Kate Seabom. Now, on to our Youth Player of the Year. From the Sutherland Sharks, congratulations to Madeline Norris. And our last league award for the year is Coach of the Year, which for 2018 goes to Tom Garlett from the North Bears. Oh, that's cute. Big round of applause to all our league winners. Now we're going to move on to our grand final awards. Firstly, we'd like to call up and congratulate and recognise our referees on the game, which was Richard Bye, Joseph Kelly and Joshua Knight. Again, congratulations to our referees. Now, before we move on to the presentation of the runners-up trophies, I'd like to call up the captain from Sutherland just to say a few words.
So congratulations to North. They've been one of the best teams we've played all year. We haven't beaten them, so thank you for being a great for us to look up to and try to beat. Congrats to all the girls. We've had such a great year, and I think we've definitely all improved, and thanks to the coaches for all the time and our managers, everything else. So yeah.
Now it's my pleasure to call up the team runners-up for 2018 to receive their trophies. Firstly, number 8, Meredith Hines. Number 9, Rachel Whittett. Number 11, Chelsea Schwiz. Number 12, Kelly Havata. Number 14, Shyla Hill. Number 16, Jamie Kamaris. Number 17, Madeline Wilson. Number 22, Gabriella Nancaro. Number 23, Ashley Hill. Number 25, Hannah Clinton. Number 30, Madeline Norris. And number 32, Parish Levi. Head coach, Shane Hill. And assistant coach, Peter Fisher. As they come together for their team photo, big round of applause for your 2018 runners-up, the Sutherland Sharks. Congratulations again to Sutherland. I'd now like to welcome Ray Williams, who's going to assist with the presentations. And we're going to move on to the big one. The grand final MVP goes to, from Norths, number 5, Eliza Jane Loader. Congratulations on a great game. It's now my pleasure to call up the captain from Norths just to say a few quick words.
Firstly, thanks to Sutherland. We knew today was going to be a really tough game. You guys are a super talented team. So great job. You made our job hard today. Then well done to our girls. We played really well and left it all out on the floor, so great job. Thanks to Tom, Angus, Alec in the back there. It's been an awesome season and great job, Snapper.
Thanks, Kate. It is now my pleasure to call up our champions to receive their trophies for 2018, starting with number 4, Alessandra Burke. Number 5, Eliza Jane Loader. Number 6, Kate Seabom. Injured today, but still part of the team, number 7, Renee Garlib. Number 8, Rebecca Dallinger. Number 9, Rachel Higginson. Number 11, Gina Varlos. Number 12, Eleni Varlos. Number 14, Kendra Aselin.
Sorry.
Number 15, Sarah Schritcher.
Perfect.
Number 24, Chloe Bloom. Number 30, Kate Golding. Number 45, Tristan Black. Head coach, Tom Garlip. And assistant coaches, Alec Horenko and Angus Burke. And finally, before we do the team photo, I'd like to call the head coach, Tom Garlip, and the captain, Kate Seabom, to receive the Champions Trophy and banner for 2018, which is presented to the North Bears. Now come together for your team photo.
I've done my sentence, but committed no crime and bad mistakes. I've made a few.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champions, the 2000